range of different styles. We'll be checking out Donna's latest single, Work That Magic, in just a minute. But first, let's say hello to the lady herself. Good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
It's good to see you. It's good to see you.
Good
Now,
to see you.
I remember going to school, driving to school with my dad and listening to I Feel Love on the radio and being amazed. It was so different. It was so different at that time, and it really sort of started a trend, didn't it?
Well, I think it was sort of the beginning of the pop techno, dance kind of music, yeah.
Yeah, it was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Do you mind being called the Queen of Disco Music?
Well,
Do you feel of yourself like that?
Well, it's nice to be the queen of something. I don't want to threaten anybody, but, if you got to be the queen, you might as well be the queen of disco, why not?
Absolutely. Now, your new album, you've got a track on that, which is actually based on a real-life incident, I believe, when we saw it in this country, when it was in Los Angeles, and the police were beating up
Rodney
a
King.
man. Yeah. And they didn't know that somebody was actually filming them.
Yes.
What was that, because that incident really touched you very much, that you wrote about it?
In Los Angeles, I think a lot of times the police have just overstepped their rights as law enforcement officers, and at some point it becomes a thing of power. And I think that's what we've seen in the last, especially in that circumstance. But it's happened again since then. And they've filmed the police doing other things. And
really?
Yeah.
You would have thought after that incident and the huge hue and cry there was about it, that they would have actually sort of toned it down a bit. But it's still going on, very much so. Cool. You also wrote a song in the album about the war, about the Gulf War, about peace.
Let there be peace, yes.
Is it not very difficult, though, to write things like that mean so much to you, or is it easier?
Well, I think out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks.
Yeah. So if you really feel something, then it's a lot easier. Well, listen, we mentioned your new song, Work That Magic. Let's have a quick look at Donna's new single. Here it is.
Comes closing in, be there for me, be there waiting, we'll sail away to a magic land, stay forever, stay forever.
Oh, that looked a bit cold there, Donna.
It was funny to shoot snow falling in the daytime. It was getting in my throat, and I was choking, and it's weird.
But it looks wonderful and glamorous there. It's great. Listen, we're going to talk to you lots more later on. For the moment, thanks very much.
Thank you.
But stay with us and we'll talk to you lots more. Cheers.
We will, but right now, let's see if we can turn to a warmer climate.
Heterosexual, obviously. And now that he's actually stood up, do you think that's going to make a difference?
Oh, yes, definitely. It's sad, of course, that it takes a celebrity to do this. I mean, when George Bush said that he's a hero, I cringed, because so many people who are not celebrities with AIDS are heroes. Can you imagine fighting a terrible illness on a limited budget? And sometimes with people you've loved shunning you, as happened in the early case. So many people have been heroes with this. It takes a celebrity sometimes, but with Magic Johnson now, hopefully, and Donna knows she was there, the coverage was like that of the Gulf War.
Yeah.
Really? Was it? Was it just wall to wall?
It was like when President Kennedy got shot. I mean, I couldn't compare it with anything else. It was unbelievable, and really, the public was totally stunned and
Is it going to change attitudes, though, do you think?
I think it already has. I really think it. I think because people don't think that it can touch their life personally. They think it's over there, but now I think they realize how vulnerable they are themselves.
Yeah, very much so, isn't it?
There was a lot of hypocrisy, wasn't there, in the reaction to Magic Johnson's revelation. And I must say I sympathise with Martina Navratilova, who was outraged at the way he was accepted almost as Gambo was saying, almost as a hero. And yet there he was, sleeping with hundreds of women. And Navratilova had said if a lesbian or a gay had done the same thing, that huge outrage. Or, you know, do you go along with that? I mean, do you sympathise with her point of view?
I didn't really hear what she had to say. I mean, I just feel that if it's a person's prerogative to keep it a secret or to be public, and I think you have to be commended if you want to share that with the public, because you are putting a lot of things at risk. And I think it takes a lot of courage to step out and say, this is what I did, and reveal your privacy, or privacy as you call it here, and you know, expose yourself. I think it takes a lot of courage to do that.
You're a public figure. Do you feel that you walk a dangerous tightrope? I remember when you experienced, if you like, Christianity for the first time, fully, and you announced it, didn't you? Was that in any sense a risk for you?
It was, and I think it had a lot of ramifications. I think a lot of people felt that offended, even though I didn't do anything to offend. I needed it for my life. It was real to me, and it still is. It doesn't eliminate how I feel about people in any way whatsoever. It encourages and magnifies how I feel about people.
I mean, there's a school of thought, isn't there, that if you're making music and you're famous and so on, why have opinions or thoughts on anything else at all?
Well, I think it helps. I think it helps not to, in some way, because you kind of, sort of like Michael, just doesn't make a comment about hardly anything, and he doesn't offend anyone, and he just sort of floats above everything.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Well, he does rather surprise people, doesn't he? Well, we were talking about years ago when peculiar things are happening to you. You were a great success. You felt empty, didn't you? You felt completely empty.
Yeah, I felt like it wasn't. Well, I needed more in my life than that. It wasn't. Success wasn't all it was cranked up to be. The lonely factor was far too great to me.
Is that? Did Christianity fill that loneliness?
Well, I think it wasn't so much Christianity. It's my own personal relationship with God. For me, was what made me feel completed. I didn't feel that until I had made that commitment.
I'm surprised that you say, though, that people would be offended by that. I can't imagine anybody being offended by the fact just because you've got particular beliefs and you express those beliefs.
Well, I think that they have their own preconceived notion of what that must mean.
Right.
And,
so you immediately have opinions
so you immediately,
on
if you
this,
believe in this, you can't love people, or you can't be tolerant, because they've seen so much intolerance. But I don't think that's where I'm not coming from an intolerant place. I'm just, you know, I do what's right for my life, and I feel that's what I have to do.
And so, listening to you reminds me of when you drive around Los Angeles, if you're lucky enough to do that, the huge mansions, they've all got these electrified gates, and I don't think I've ever seen such great examples of loneliness.
Yeah, or fear.
I mean, it is, in a sense, pathetic, isn't it?
It is.
That the greatest successes can't walk down to the local supermarket.
Yeah. It's a lifestyle you don't understand until you've truly experienced it on that level, and it's a terrifying feeling not to be able to walk out of your house and have to, every time you do, to look behind you or to feel that someone's lurking.
Is that success or fame we're talking about?
Well,
because, I mean, you can be successful and not be famous.
This is true.
Behind the locked gates, and that is what you say, walking down supermarkets and things like that. That's fame, isn't it? That's really, and that is a frightening thing, isn't it?
I suppose it is.
Because people expect you always to be what you appear to be in the context of yourself, like as a sitter, whatever you are. People expect you to be that type of person that they're looking at now, and that's not strictly always true, is it?
It's mostly not true, I think.
Yeah,
Mostly not true. Anyway, let's end on a happier note. Sheila Jones of, where was it?
Cheltenham?
Sheila Jones of Cheltenham is phoning to say you're not ugly, you're lovely.
Oh,
James Greaves.
Very
A personal message from Sheila Jones.
It's very kind of you, coming from a lady in such a lovely county as Gloucestershire and Cheltenham.
We're about to...
From an Essex man, thank you very much.
Thanks. Donna, as ever, thank you. You visited us 2 years ago, didn't you?
Yes.
Come back again in another year.
Gambo,
I'll come back
thank
in
you
2
very
days.
much. You will. You'll be back in 2 days to tell us about the film.
More dough in the bank, Gambo, my
And
old
thanks very
son.
much, Gambo, for talking about Freddie Mercury like that. It was lovely. Thank you. Now, tomorrow.